Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's Eddie at Weedy Tropicals. Just thought I'd give you a quick update. As I said I would when I had some decent changes. As I put all the seating area out now. I have done a video in a new playlist called Garden Tips and Tricks about how I cleaned the patio because the cartridge and that just wasn't doing it. So if you're interested in a couple of tips on that, I'm going to start putting them in there, but I'm not going to start alerting the subscribers every time I post a video in there. So just keep an eye on the playlist. There's one for the greenhouse tips and tricks and there's one for garden tips. So if you're interested in getting your patio to look almost brand new, obviously it involves the jet wash, but there's a trick after that which actually made far more difference than actually the jet wash did. Monstera spent the last couple of days and nights outside and it's looking absolutely fantastic for it. I've got the variegated bamboo looking knackered, absolutely knackered, but that's how it arrived. The good part is on a couple of these parts you can see there is new growth, so I'm hoping the new growth will look really tidy. I've got to find the growing conditions for that because there was hardly any information online whether it likes full sun, etc. One of my main concerns was this hedechium. I thought it had gone because when I looked in the middle, this part here had gone a bit odd, but there's loads of growth points now. I did move all the leca and you can see about 9 or 10, so I'm glad that's back. So the patio's been completely tidied up, so me and the wife can have a nice little sit out or use one of the lounges that we've got. So move that out of the way. We've then got the front edging is mondo grass. I've shown you that tree a couple of times in the video and stuff on there. Got the Kemerops, a really moody cordyline, which I'm hoping will make it through. The John Phillips has gone crazy, it's looking really healthy. Got the crocosmia on the front, the banana, the growth is fantastic. So I'm really happy with that. Got the heuchera, got a really poor looking Fatsia polycarpa green fingers. It arrived yellow, so I'm gonna treat that to some fish blood and bone and something. Maybe it's got a calcium deficiency or something, I'm not sure. Sarcococca down there. I've got the cordyline, which has got a beautiful trunk on it now. Again, another one of those strawberry fields plants. Hosta is really motoring for it now. Absolute fantastic coloration on it. As I said in previous videos, and I know I'm jinxing myself, the slugs don't seem to have bothered this one over the years that I've had that 4 or 5 years in the ground. It's had a little bit of damage here and there, but compared to the other ones where it's just been a buffet, this has not been one of those. I don't know the name of that one, so if anybody knows, put the name in the tag for that one. Is long gone. Got the miscanthus that's popping up everywhere. This is the giganteus variety, grows absolutely huge. I've got my nemesis, which has just stabbed me during production on here of this video right in the finger. It just looks gorgeous. I love the nice little flush on it, but these things, if I can get it in focus, they're just the worst thing. They are so sharp. It goes through clothing and everything. It's just, I mean, hence why it's where it is. So you wouldn't have that near a pathway. They're horrible. I mean, they look nice, but honestly, they're just vicious. They got the T-Rex, which went on a bit of a mad one. It kind of grew these dinky leaves and they've kind of shriveled up. It's been well watered, but the new growth in the middle, you can see that the kind of stems on it are a lot healthier and they're getting ready to unfurl. So I don't know, maybe it's a combination of the last couple of weeks have been unseasonably very warm for Birmingham and this time of year. I've got the mahoney underneath, which I'm hoping is going to eat kind of all of that area, front, back, left and right, and be a bit of a nice underplant. It's my first year with those, so I don't know how well they grow. Persicaria red dragon looks fantastic, really great ground cover. Then got the Fatsia polycarpa, which looks battered because it was eaten by slugs right towards the end of the year. My favourite one is Purple Fantasy Persicaria, and you can see the wild difference in how much ground cover, tropical interest, jungle vibe that gives compared to when you've got bare earth. The difference between the two I think is fantastic. I've got a plant that I don't think enough of us use, Acanthus mollis. The leaves are so shiny on it and architectural. Beautiful for a shade area, so I've had a few people say we do shady border. Acanthus mollis is one for that. I've got again the front edge on that, which I'm hoping the black mondo grass will eat. A little mahonia at the back, and then the trachycarpus, which I've shown a couple of times. Different to last time, I've got the Marcella laciocarpa. That's been out overnight, which is the yellow lotus banana. I've got quite a nice full tub there of Crocosmia lucifer. One of my separated banana Muzabasju is out. On the top I've got a hardy geranium on the top of my water feature. Gets like pink flowers. Around the front, all the flag iris, I think it is, or yellow iris, is taking off. I put that in a Rondo Donax variegated. How gorgeous that is, the colour on it. Put that in the pond. I've got a couple of colocasias in pots because they weren't doing very well in the greenhouse, so I put them in there just to give them a bit of a soak. As well as that, there's these fantastic overwintered cannas, so they're miles ahead of where they would be ordinarily. That canna there, I believe it's Black Knight, but let me know. And then that one's a mango pink. The cordyline Torbay Dazzler I've got just hiding on the side, another miscanthus, and then the gunnera, which again, like I say, is compared to my hand, a couple of weeks worth of growth is unreal. Sure, out the Washingtonia robusta Campbell. We've been through here, which is that's Berinda papyrifera. It's one of the KR series, blue bamboo. It's showing no signs of being blue at the moment and almost looks black. I've got the Spectabilis, which again doesn't show any of the green coloration in the grooves, like right in the centre there, like it should do. But I was told by the nursery that's because it hasn't had enough sun, which it was with them, so I'm surprised they sent it like that. Mahonia, Chemerops, this year's trendy plant that I'm selling. Euphorbia minus Merlot. Another Sarcococca down the front. Another minus Merlot. Look at the leaves on these, the flowers. They look crazy. Almost like little satellites. I think they're crazy. Took them to a plant show last week and sold out. I think I've got 3 left that I should have taken with me as well because they were flying. Mother Basju that's put out all of that growth since I chopped that back there. Last week I broke that off and I was putting all the things in, so that's about to drop a couple of leaves which will eat this area up. Another Euphorbia. Gorgeous little statue I picked up somewhere. But you can see there, I knocked it back to this point down here. I was trying to lift the bamboo over and I snapped it. So that's been about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. Miscanthus sinensis zabrinus is at the back. Cordyline, no, not cordyline, sorry, Formium at the front. Fatsia that lives in full sun. My Formium tenax, which I'm not going to bang on about on this video because I've done about 3 bang on videos about that. Another Mahonia soft caress. I've got the Mac Daddy Acanthus mollis in there. How gorgeous the leaves are on it. Got a couple of extra little dinky Fatsia plants. Can you even see that? Yeah, they're in the middle. That is a new plant emerging. It's got quite a few stems if we kind of go in. You can see there's quite a few stems down in there. I'm going to get something right for the back as well because there's like quite a void down there. So God, it's not looking too bad for this time of year. I'm about to bring out a whole load of tenders, so I'll probably throw that onto the end of this video if I bother to put it out. It's a bit of a moody one today, so I might do a bit of gardening today and then throw them on, or I might just post as is and then do it on the very next video. As always, if you've got any comments or anything, I'm trying to push the boundaries this year, so I know in certain areas it's probably alarming the fact that I've got like the Marcella out and cannas out at this time of year. The whole point of what we're doing is we push boundaries with the gardening, and that's exactly what I'm doing today. And again, just a bit of a channel update. So obviously there's only so much tropical content that I can put out on a kind of weekly basis, i.e. walking around the garden and that kind of thing. So what I've started to do now is I've done 2 playlists now, which are, one of them is gardening tips and tricks. That's like one that was jet washing my patio and it just wouldn't come up really clean, and I really wanted it to look as good as new. So I found a trick online of how to get that done. So I've posted that. I'm not going to keep posting it to the subscribers, so you're not going to get loads of notifications about all these new videos that I'm doing. I just thought I can attract another audience as well and try and help more people where these things work. As well, I've had a lot of people ask about the running of my business, how I do that, which is obviously really tropicals, how I grow things from seed. Can I do a bit more greenhouse work and show you how I'm filing canna seeds and, you know, using the vitapods. So again, if you're only here for the actual plants, the garden walkthroughs, nothing's changed as far as that's concerned. That will still be my main focus, but I'm going to just try and appease 3 or 4 camps of people. So I can do the greenhouse grow alongs with people. I can do the garden tips and tricks just to help general gardeners, whether they're tropical or otherwise. So like I say, stay tuned, enjoy, invite people to the channel. I'm really trying to grow this channel as fast as I can. Because obviously if YouTube can start paying me for some of this content, it means I can buy some more plants with the money and stuff. I'll invest every single cent back into this, but also pays for a lot of the time. It's like an unbelievable amount of, for an 8-minute video, sometimes 10-minute videos, it can take me a full day of editing, putting the music on, finding the names of all the plants, putting all the overlays on and all that kind of stuff. So it'd just be a little bit of repository for the vast amount of time that it takes doing all these videos when I could be sat over in the patio area looking at the garden myself, you know. So if any of you would be so kind to subscribe to the channel, it honestly really does help out. I'm not going to keep doing shameless shout outs every time to do the subscribing thing, but if I could do one every now and again just to try and rally the troops, as it were, then obviously it helps me grow as well. It's getting obviously my view count up and stuff with YouTube. Enough banging on. I'm going to do another video after this one. I'm going to put it about my stock that I'm actually currently selling right now. Obviously I run the nursery. I've got 2 greenhouses, as you can see, one of them behind me and the other one there. We've done a couple of plant stalls, and I think I've sold about 50% of my stock already, so in a weird position where I feel like I might sell out really early this year, but it is what it is. When you grow from seed, there's only so much you can grow, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to put them in the playlist. I'll link both of the new playlists at the end of this video, so keep an eye on those ones. Like I say, I'm not going to try and annoy people by keep putting notifications every time I post a video, but got any feedback or anything, any type of videos that you'd like, please. Obviously it helps me grow the channel. Sometimes it's difficult when you're on your own trying to think of ideas every time, and I'm not just going to keep every week walking out in the garden and just showing you the same old stuff every week. I'm going to try and be a bit more innovative than that, but like I say, any ideas is a good idea, put it in the comments. But thanks again for watching.